All right, so the first question we're going to ask is if you had to start from scratch in this market, all right, with no cash or resources, that's really important, with no cash or resources, but you have the knowledge that you have now, right, that you didn't have however many years ago back in BCG, what would you do to make a millionaire again in 5 years or less? So again, starting over with your knowledge, but no cash, how would you go about it to become a millionaire within 5 years or less?
I think I would, starting over, be more aggressive with owner financing, lease options. My first apartment complex, I got owner finance, 60.
You have the seller
Owner financing, correct, yeah. So reach out to more sellers to see if they would be inclined to doing owner finance or lease options. The main goal is to get the property in your name because you can do a cash out refi. So the BRRRR strategy.
I mean, it's basically what I did 5 years ago, right? So I would do it all over again. I would do the 5-1 method. That means every fifth property I purchase will be a rehab. The other 4 would be a rental. So build your rental portfolio, but get quick cash from a flip. Get a property on a contract. It's the most, up to this day, I've done 20 so far this year. It's still nerve-wracking because you first have to put something on a contract before you can look for money. And when we with Artifacts found our first deal, again, I had $50 in my bank account and a house on the contract for $50,000. But I went to TREIA, and during Who Has a Need, I had a need for $50,000. And I held up my contract, and the next day I had $50,000, right? So I would try to put properties on the contract, but I'm a big advocate of never using any of my own money, always other people's money. My wife taught me that. It's way more fun shopping with other people's money.
How do you find your lenders? There are people that don't know how to do that.
Oh, how you find the lenders is here. Like when I got started, again, I knew nothing about real estate, let alone I knew TREIA. I didn't know them. And I was just Googling and I found TREIA. And during these TREIA meetings is when I met most of y'all. Saw an accent there for an Amsterdam guy. Y'all. And but I made sure that before I left the room, everybody had my card. And before everybody woke up that had given me a card, they had a thank you email from me and please can we go for coffee. That is mind blowing to me that there's so much in here, so much knowledge. Like this room can rule the world way better than the people are doing it now. But different discussion. But people don't follow up. I have given so many business cards away and not gotten an email from anybody just to say thank you. So I made sure, because I had a daytime job. I had a daytime job from 6 to 3. When I started at 6 a.m. in the morning, it was just an hour long thanking everybody that I just had a business card from. Thank you, can we go for coffee? Some never replied, some did. But that's also why we did 50 houses in our second year, because we didn't worry about finding money. We didn't worry about what the next steps were. Right? It's like driving in the mist. You're not worried because you cannot see 100 feet further, but you're still going. That's what you have to do. Just get a property on the contract, go to TREIA, get business cards, thank everybody for their business cards, and grow your company. Thank you, Kevin. Give it a round of applause.
I was one of his lenders, and he gets back at you immediately, says thank you all the time. There's one thing I can stress from my mother who pushed it into me: be polite and say thank you. Somebody's doing you a favor, say thank you. I think it's a lost art for kids today, and a lot of people that I still do business with. Just say. If you have nothing else to say to them, a thank you is a response that you receive and acknowledge the message.
Thank you. So this is very interesting because as a real estate agent, it's amazing how all of you are under this, I should not say you, but most people out there think that real estate agents make a lot of money until they show up here. So what was so interesting, what I would do with no cash is number one, I would build up my potential real estate investor buyers. Okay, so the people out there, these are the people that are interested in purchasing property. It wasn't an interest for me before. It was an interest of, oh, are you buying a house to live in? So it would be the number one interest. I would also network outside of North Carolina a lot faster. There's a lot of money outside the state that are willing to invest in North Carolina because they see it as on the map. And then wholesale is amazing. I'll tell you right now. It has shifted my mindset of the way I've been trained is try to up your price point. What's your average? Is it 400? Is it 500? Why don't you double it? No, go out there and door knock and find a $200,000 property that you can sell for $300,000, and you're gonna make a lot more. I agree with the flipping, but I've been very intrigued by wholesaling lately, so that's what I would do.
It's interesting that if we've got the knowledge base that we need, there's many avenues that you can go into to earn your keep, if you will, or earn your income. But one of the things you have to do is take that knowledge and become an expert in that area, such that I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm looking at, and if you don't have the money and you want to use other people's money, you're going to have to be able to sell that concept to them who may not be as familiar. So you have to come across with credibility so that they know that you know what you're talking about. If I had to start over again, I would probably start looking at, I look at distressed properties, that's mainly what I do. But if I didn't have the money, then I would start linking the two things together. I would find where the property is, figure out the way to either get it under contract, or I analyze the property such that I could present it to a hard money lender or a flipper or somebody like that I can partner with, where we can move it out quickly to start building up a cash flow of one way or the other. So, it may be that you're gonna have to partner with somebody else to get yourself kick-started. It's a lot of times 2 heads are better than 1 for the knowledge base. And, if you use other people's money and you make them money, they're gonna come back and want you to do another deal and another deal and another deal. Because they may not have the time to do it, but you may have the time to do it. But you've got to find that niche that you can find where the deals are. So my advice would be get out there and figure out which area you would want to get in, become an expert in it, and then try to network your deals through that arrangement.
May I say something? Sorry, John. I apologize. To that point, sorry to get off I'm 100%, you're 100% right. In a deal you have 3 things, and as long as you have one thing, it's time, money, or the deal. So make sure you capture one, and then you can always find, for the other 2 points, you can always find the other person. Because we all here have a lot of people approaching us and they want to do business with us, and they don't have a deal, they don't have money, and they don't have time. You don't bring value.
I would say your net worth is your net work. Did I say that right? Your net worth is your network of people. And so if I had to start over, like right now, I have grown over the years, but over 130 people that loan me money. I put my money with that money and I loan that out. So you don't have to make a lot of $35 million to become really wealthy. So just what everyone said, I would go to meetings like this at TREIA, I would be friendly. It starts with being likable. So I would put a Tic Tac in your mouth, walk up to all the money lenders and introduce yourself. Say, hey, I don't need money right now, but I wanted to introduce myself. Become a student. Let people that have money know that you're a student of real estate. So I would go to as many meetings you could and try to network with those. And then be likable. From there, you'll build trust. So I am a conduit, or I don't know if you call it a broker, but I put money together and to loan it out. So I connect people to solve a problem. So that's what I would do. I would let other people do the rehabs and do the wholesaling, and you be the bank. It's really good to be the bank. And you make the rules. Isn't that right, Kevin? Yeah, Kevin's giving me the thumbs up. So in a very practical way, be friendly, introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself. Come up to us at meetings and give us your card and do it again at the next meeting. And before you know it, I'll remember your first name. And then after a while, I'll know your first and last name. So that's what I would do.